deleting all them files. Just like a true politician right there.
Is it deleting them? Does it show you?
Yeah, we're recording.
Are you recording?
We had to delete files because we didn't have enough storage.
So yeah, it's supposed to automatically. It's supposed to automatically delete stuff.
It is right. It says. I agree. It says it right there.
So I've been like deleting episodes, which I don't know. Is that good or bad?
Have you been picking and choosing your least favorite episodes?
Well, one of the first ones I deleted was 26A. If you remember, if you remember
26A,
I deleted
infamy. That 26 infamy.
26A was going to be released behind a paywall one day, right? Wasn't it?
Well, I don't know if you guys remember how long ago. So it's been a while since the three of us have been together.
Of the self-diagnosed #1 reselling podcast in the world.
Hopefully, we have enough
leftovers with Joe, Philly, Picker, Dan, and Man, and Jimmy Old School Flips.
I messed it up this time. I was talking over you, Jimmy.
No, it's all right. I just kind of cut in. I just kind of jumped in and did that. I apologize.
Well, we were trying to jump in because I was going to yell at you guys I came to do a podcast and you guys were like looking up stupid video games, and then you were like bragging. You're not bragging. You're talking about how you wanted to be like ADH Dave and have a nice background and picture perfect, but like that's not us, man.
I know. We're the leftovers, so
of the leftovers, we tolerate you.
It literally has to look like that dish up there in the corner, and all the food is just kind of piled into one takeout thing, and it's not very clean or organized. Yeah, I got you.
So since we don't have a guest this week, you and Dan and Jimmy can battle now.
Oh, so I've been worried all week about not having. So we didn't have a guest, and I'm worried because our last 3 episodes have done really well, and I'm very nervous that we're just gonna, be the leftover enthusiasts are gonna be the only ones listening to this episode.
We should slap John Cincinnati Picker's face on the thumbnail just to get
put random people on there. Just random AI generated people.
No, we're the leftovers. This isn't clickbait over here, okay?
This is not. Hey, I was watching clickbait actually, and where the heck is Old Scream Flips? I haven't watched episodes in a long time.
What's
Old Scream Flips is gone, and I commented where I want to adopt Old Scream Flips.
What is that?
It used to be a character behind Ken. It was a Scream mask with my hat on. It was Old Scream Flips.
Oh, the hat's gone?
He's got it like in the shop working now. I want that. I want it. If it's going to be out MIA for no one to see, I want to put Old Scream Flips up here. Flips
is the hat gone?
Everything's gone. It's all it's been replaced by the natural flipper luchador thing.
Oh, I thought maybe it was because
replaced.
Ken might have seen the old school white hat floating around, so maybe he was upset that he didn't have the white hat.
Which white hat?
Your old school flips hat. It was a white one.
Oh, you mean the limited edition one?
It always a limited. Oh, I just sold something. Wait, no,
it's very numbered.
Did you number it?
I wrote on the inside limited 1 of 2 and 2 of 2.
Oh,
yeah.
And who has that?
Only 2 that are ever going to be made.
Well, who are the 2 that have it? Do you have them both?
I have them both. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with them? Are you going to auction them off, or what are we doing here? Why don't I know anything about them?
You should do a Whatnot show, and you should auction them off on Whatnot.
I got one. I can't quite reach it, but
you get $1 or $2 for him.
I'll get like $1 or $2 for them. Yeah. They have very little.
They probably wouldn't.
Nobody actually wants them.
They wouldn't sell, to be honest.
It did take long to get back to normal around here.
Hey, they wouldn't sell for me either. I mean, maybe they would. No, when I had merch when my channel was Art Vandalay, I had like hoodies and shirts, but I was too scared to actually sell them because one, I felt weird. I was like, I didn't feel like I would, so I gave them away because then I didn't want people to buy them either, which worked out because I changed my name. So whoever won those would be upset.
I still have one of them. Well,
I gave you a gift. You and Mike both. I gave you a.
That's back in the January house days.
Oh yeah.
Way before the old school flip days.
Oh yeah, way
back when you had fun doing these kind of
Can
shit.
we say hi to
Yep,
Mike?
exactly.
Mike January House?
Yeah, it's Mike. What's up, Mike?
If he's listening.
Oh, what is that supposed to mean, Joe? You don't think Mike's listening?
I'm just saying.
Jeez.
You're in rare form today. You're in rare form.
But it's how it is, Dan. Like, I made this hat for me. I made this hat because I wanted a hat. That's it.
But you made 2 of them. Why? Because
this was a special edition too with the purple bill. That's mine too. I think there's only 2 of these also. Limited run.
I was watching you on Full Time Flippers podcast this morning, and I think you're wearing the white hat. And the whole time I'm watching it, I was like, he's gonna go wear that hat out like yard selling, and it's gonna get filthy. It's gonna be dirty. But it might make you some deals. It's gonna be like, look at this sorry sap. Look, what are we gonna get?
No, that happens every time, anyways. It happens all. No, but I was saying, like, I made the hat for me, and then people ask, and the thing is, I spent a decent amount of money. This is like, it's not a cheap hat, so I have like almost $15 in each hat, and it's hard to give that away. I've given a lot away, but it's hard to give away a bunch of $15 hats all the time. So I sold a couple. I did sell.
I was standing right next to Jimmy when he had his last one that he was giving away at the reseller rally, and he didn't give it to me. I know he gave it to.
Wow.
That was,
you didn't even give it to your.
That was way before this podcast, and
I'm just saying.
I'm glad.
Oh yeah, that's when Joe was getting the lowdown. I'm like, Joe, when you meet Jimmy in real life, get the lowdown on some information on doing a podcast. So his assignment was to get information from you, and my assignment, I got information from Ken on how to on the podcast. We came at you both angles.
That explains why this is a train wreck. That's all anybody needs to hear.
That explains why we're the leftovers. So
yeah.
But yeah, I didn't get that last hat that he was giving away.
Who got it? Who got it?
Richard. Ford Pinto guy. Yeah.
What's his name?
Opnip drip. Ford Pinto backwards.
That's it.
It's like when your phone's breaking up while you're talking.
I don't think Richard listens, but if he does, Richard, I didn't laugh at that. I didn't find that funny at all.
Richard, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. And I don't think we've seen that hat on Richard though. I mean, I don't want to point him at,
Well, maybe he has it on
about Richard that I thought always thought was weird. His logo that he has, that little ninja character, it is a character from the video game Overwatch. It's a character named Genji. In case you guys didn't know that. And I wonder if he knows that.
We're getting really deep with Richard. So shout out Richard.
Or Ford Pinto spelled backwards.
That's right.
Is it reseller? Reseller. Hey, so I was watching the Reseller Clickbait podcast, and I want to challenge like them being the official sponsor of shopcommons.net. I think we should make the push.
Oh, we're not doing that. We're not gonna. We don't have any money to be sponsoring anything.
We don't need to. Hey, we sold some stuff on there.
I bought stuff on there.
I know you did, and I sold 2 more things on there, so I'm happy with shopcommons.net. Kevin, I got
a gift from ShopCommons. I got a gift from shopcommons.com.
You got a gift?
Not from ShopCommons, from Keith Vintage Sports Flips.
Oh yeah.
He sent me a box.
Holy, what is that? Like an air cleaner?
It's instant purifier
that's
air.
Not what was in there.
No. It's all these. It's like a box full of these little micro stars, like little figures.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. The whole box.
They're kind of odd.
The whole box is full of them. Just a note. It said anonymous buyer told me to send these to you. I was like, so it was sitting on my front by my front door, and I went there to we can do I don't know if we want to wait later on to do our return of the week. Where we steer into the returns. We're not scared. I'm not scared. But I was going there to get a return. This guy bought 2 pairs of pants for me last week. one pair. So it's one pair of both. What are you laughing at me?
Yeah, because you're getting into you're really passionate about this one. Go ahead.
Because wait, do you listen to this?
I'm feeling you. I'm feeling
it's
you.
I sold a pair of Wrangler pants. Like the all-terrain pants. They're like kind of khaki pants, like outdoor hiking pants.
Oh yeah.
They're a size 30-30. And then I sold another pair of pants. I don't remember the brand. I can look it up if you really care, but I don't think you're gonna really care. 29 by 30. When I was packaging it up, I'm like, oh, that's weird. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe like I mean it's only an inch. Like I stuffed myself into like way smaller, like
like only an inch.
What are you talking about?
Because it's 29.
Dan wears skinny jeans.
Anything I wear skinny makes anything skinny, form fitting. Like those elastic pants are like no, they're loose fit pants. But anyway, I just was like, okay, maybe like one pair, like he knows he wears a size 30 in Wranglers, or he wears something else. Well, like he gets them and instantly opens a return because he ordered one pair by mistake. Of course, it's the Wranglers, and so he sends them back. I'm like, so either he bought them not knowing that they were 30, size 30, and we're size 29, or he wasn't sure if he wore a size 29 or if he wore a size 30. So he bought two pairs and knew I was going to give him a discount on the shipping. Which
wow. So he used you as like he used the returns as like the what's the fitting room.
Yeah. Well, here's my story about returns. It's different from this. It's not mine, but I went to, how you order something from Amazon, you take them back at Staples now. I don't know if they do that in your area.
We talked about this. It's Kohl's.
It used to be Kohl's. Well, it used to be Kohl's where
it better not be Staples because Staples is so far away.
Well, now it's Staples for me or whatever. So I get there yesterday. I'm returning. Riley had a camp, summer camp thing. They did like a costume dress up thing. And we ordered a Pokemon one and it didn't come. It wasn't Pokemon. So they sent us a new one. We had to return the other one. So I get there. I'm stuck in line behind a lady that is returning 24 bathing suits. Not in package. Some are one piece, some are bikini, some are whatever, on 11 different orders. I was there for 40 minutes while she was piecing.
You were like expecting them that close, looking for bikinis and one pieces, and
because they had them spread out all over the counter because you know how if you ever make a return, they scan like a barcode, or it's not a barcode, it's like a QR code.
Yep.
But it doesn't tell you the item. Like it just gives you a little picture of the item. So she was trying to match up bottoms to the tops because it went on that return slip. She had 11 separate return slips for 24 bathing suits. Now
that's what's wrong with that hurts resellers so bad that Amazon will let her take those back.
24 of I could not believe it. I waited there for 40 minutes for a
Amazon used to have the wardrobe thing.
What's that?
Where they had like I don't remember what it's called. I think it was called wardrobe, where you buy it and then you have like 15 days or something to decide if you want it or not.
Oh yeah.
You can try it on. So I used to buy shoes and would walk around in my house wearing the shoes to see if I liked them or not.
Dan's eBay offers wardrobe too, apparently.
So I looked those pants up because you guys didn't seem like you cared, but I wanted they're a pair of Urban Pipeline.
Those are actually not bad.
They're both brand new with tags. They both had tags on it. So, but when I purchased them, when he bought them, one of them was I charged like $8.99 for shipping because one was like over £1, and the other pair was the Wranglers were under £1, so I charged $6.50. So when I bought them, I combined the shipping, and it was under like the padded. I think I squeezed them into a padded flat rate, and so I refunded him the $6.50. So yesterday or this morning when I was like, why am I even telling you about this stuff now? Because I bought this box, the Instant Pot box. Well, it's not Instant Pot. You know what I'm saying? The Instant Box was sitting by my front door. I thought my brother bought an Instant Pot. Was the whole thing. And when I went to go pick up the return, that box was there, and I noticed Keith's name on it. And I was trying to decide. You see that, Paul?
There we go.
He's gone rogue, folks. He's gone.
Whatever. It lasted 14 minutes and 49 seconds.
Wait, have I finished my story yet? I don't remember.
He got a little excited and he knocked his microphone. For those of you listening on your favorite audio platforms.
So a couple things here, Dan. I'm taking away from your story is you returned $6.50 for the shipping.
Yeah. To begin with, and so like today when I refunded him.
But don't you realize you lost money too because you're charged fees on the $6.50?
Yeah, but how much would you have given him back?
Did he ask?
No, he didn't. He didn't ask.
Oh.
What do you just wait till they ask? I never.
Yeah.
I never. I think we've talked about it before. I never have someone ask me. I mean,
nothing was returned, right? And he kept the pair that he wanted, right?
Yeah. So
that had to be shipped to him. So I would have just left the shipping alone.
Well, because he had spent 14 something in shipping, so I refunded him because the original.
Oh, I got you.
The original shipping was $8.99. I think I paid. I think I fit it in a padded flat rate, or it was like under because it was in like my zone or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so it was like under. It was under $9, and I shipped it to them both because they were under £2 for both pairs of pants.
Gotcha.
And I refunded them, but I do that. I always. I mean, when I refund someone, when I do the shipping, I don't like. I understand that I pay fees on the shipping, but I just count that up as just cost of business. Like I mean, you can't get it down to the T, like exactly.
No, I know. But if somebody doesn't usually ask, I usually don't do it.
Yeah, I mean,
it just seems like $15 for shipping. Ugh.
But he agreed to pay it. He ordered it, and he knows when he checked out that the shipping is $15 or whatever it is.
Right? That just seems like ridiculous, though.
It is ridiculous, but and then you get hit with this. You were being nice to that guy, and then he hit you.
You were nice, and then he hit you.
I didn't block him.
Ooh. Oh, I'm surprised.
So when I refunded him the pants, I refunded him. I didn't refund him original shipping. It showed the original shipping was like $4.90. So I don't know what the heck. I don't know what the heck happened because when I refunded him $6.50, I don't know if it like I combined the shipping when I printed the label. So then when I gave him $6.50 back, I don't remember how it does it. If it was combined, it showed me the one transaction, or if it was sometimes it's like I have to pick like one shirt because I do it all the time if someone buys multiples for me. Like I'll refund them. I don't always refund them exactly what it cost, but at that point, whatever it was either I don't remember if it was $8 if I sent it in a padded flat rate or if it was like $7 and some cents and I sent it into whatever. But like
you refunded him the difference is the main thing is you refunded the difference on the shipping, but then you refunded him for the pants and you didn't get them back.
Oh, I got the pants back. Yeah, that's.
Oh, you got the pants back. All right.
Yeah, I got the pants back.
And did you do
return? He paid to ship them back. He paid to ship them back, though, right?
Yeah. Right. I think so. I'll have to check because do I want to talk about another return? I'm gonna keep steering into these returns. I got tons of returns.
We're just taking on all the returns.
You can take them. I just had a negative feedback, but I got it taken down because it was.
Let me guess, because you have concierge service.
Well, that's part of it.
Is this the CD I heard about in this other podcast?
Yeah, it was the CD. So, real quick, I kind of got in like a disagreement with I bought
eBay or the guy
concierge. They were very nice, so it was not an argument. It was a disagreement.
We all hate when you say concierge like that too. Just so you know,
read
being the listeners,
when you opt into the eBay's international program, it says without any asterisks or anything about it, it says they can't leave you negative feedback. It says in clear writing. He even agreed, but then he was like, "But they can if it wasn't blah 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 their fault, and it was your fault, and blah blah." And
I learned that from selling some guy
right here that they can't
from Wranglers to Russia.
And so, but he did say because it was for the Taylor Swift CD that I sold, and I did not put in there if it was the edited or the unedited. I just
what does that even mean?
Is one worth more? Is that the one that one's worth more and not the other?
So there's a version where she says a word that is offensive to some people now.
What word is it, Jimmy?
I'm not saying.
You have to say it.
What's it begin with?
It begins with a G and ends with a Y.
Guy?
It's a 3-letter word and there's an A in the middle, all right?
Oh, okay.
So apparently she edited that out.
I can't believe you just said it, Jimmy.
I did not say it. And so
You made me say it in my head though.
So there's an edited version and a non-edited version. People want the version that is not edited. And I didn't put either way. I just put the title, the year it was released, and the company that released it. That's all I put in my description and my title. I did not describe it either way because I didn't
say edited. If it's edited or unedited, does it say it?
You would have no, it doesn't.
You have to listen to it, right?
You have to listen to it to find out. Or you have to know exactly what release, and I don't know, and so I didn't do all that. But regardless, I just listed it as a Taylor Swift CD. This is the year it came out, and this is the producer or whatever. That's it. And it sold, and then the person got it, and their negative feedback was, I wanted the unedited version. And I was like, well, I didn't. You could have messaged me and asked.
What word did you change it to? What word did she change it to?
I don't know exactly.
Does it make that big of a difference?
To some, I guess it makes it more collectible.
Probably
like it's a rare
copy. Like Jimmy's, one of two hats that he has. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a limited edition, signed. So they left the negative feedback saying they wanted that, and I was like, well, and I called it. I was like, well, it doesn't say in my listing either way. Like I did not advertise it as being the edited or unedited in any way, shape, or form. I just listed it as a CD, and so they took it down based on that. But I did
bogus as heck to me.
All
these dumb negatives I have, I can't get those taken down.
Well, I found
pretty
out.
Nice. It says pretty nice.
You should have put the eBay open 12 years ago, and you would have still.
I did register for eBay. I did.
Breaking news.
I did register eBay open in I think September. Is it September or August for online? I'm gonna see if I can get one then.
Do it. It's worth it. Because breaking news. I don't know how, but I did have a conversation, and he was now able to go in there and remove it himself again, which had been taken away from him. eBay has reopened that up now. I'm not saying it's across the board, but my concierge now has, and he said this was taken from me. I was not able to do this, but there was enough backlash that they gave it back to us where I can now go in there and remove it in a situation like this. So it has been, there's been an adjustment behind the scenes. Dan is in agony right now over this story.
Well, because I have negative feedbacks that aren't. I don't understand.
I know.
I have one question. Did you know that there's edited and unedited versions of those CDs? Tell the listeners.
Yes, I did.
Did you price it as if you were selling the unedited version?
I priced it at what I saw comps at.
For edited or unedited, or they didn't say if they're.
I found comps of ones that did not specify, and I listed it that way.
Can we talk about me never finding a Taylor Swift CD?
Wait, nothing's about you, Joe. Okay, this is about me right now.
It always is. No, man. It always is. I can show the people the text message. It always is about you.
I just, fine. I don't think I was being deceptive at all.
I'm just giving you,
and that's just, I know, but like, why didn't they message me and ask me? And I would have said, I don't know, I didn't check.
Because the person's delusional. That's why.
Yeah, and so they started a return, which right away.
Did you message them and tell them that this feedback's ridiculous? Because that's what I would have done.
I did not. I blocked them for sure.
And then I try to make them feel bad, but like, this is what I do for a living to put food on my table for me and my dog who was running the streets of Texas for I don't know how long, and now my mom has to watch him 6 days a week.
Your dog eats at the table?
No, he eats on the floor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's my kind of return.
If I eat a sandwich in bed, I take a bite and give him a piece of turkey. I take a bite and I give him a piece of turkey. And then I go, "Oh, Dodger, you're so sweet. How did you become so sweet?" And that's what I say to him.
You're really getting an inside look at Dan's.
At least we know he's nice to dogs.
Yeah.
I'm nice to everyone. Who am I not nice to?
Me.
I'm nice to you.
No, I'm just joking.
I watched you on that other podcast.
You bought stuff from me on shopcommons.net. Check it out, Shop Commons. Dan bought some. So yeah, you're great. I appreciate you, Dan.
I bought jeans. I bought those Carhartt jeans. I'll be honest. I don't do very well with Carhartt jeans. Like I don't do very good with Carhartt, but I felt like I could still make some money there. And I was
You will now.
And then I bought the hat.
I made a mistake, and on one of the listings, I didn't realize one of the pants had a paint stain on it. And when I did the listing, I didn't see it. So I left those in there, and then I added. And I don't worry, because I don't hardly have anything
left them in the box and see what I would have said to you.
He wouldn't have said nothing.
I should have. He wouldn't have said nothing to me, but I would have been the word on the street.
I would have called Joe. I would have called Joe. I know you. I would have called Joe up.
Jimmy, I appreciate that you took care of that phone call for me.
Oh man, I was like, when I was packing, I was like, well, how did I miss this? It's a good stain on, but I threw in a pair of with the tags.
Oh,
fire resistant Carhartt pants.
That'll be worth it. If they, I mean, I was happy. I was happy with those. I've been looking. I wanted to buy something on there that I knew about. I see stuff and I don't know anything about it. Like I'm like I don't know if that's worth any money. So I saw those jeans. I'm like, yeah, there's some money there. Like I did but then I saw that you had a hat lot. The hat lot. There was like 10 hats for like $30, Joe.
Yep.
And it was like a Bears hat, a Reds hat, but then there was like a cool Vancouver Grizzlies hat and like a Miami Heat hat. And I feel like I can get over my money on those, and everything else would be decent. And I was like, it's a day, basically a day of listing. So buying both of them made more sense to me for like shipping. So like my average buy cost for everything was like $6.42 after I paid taxes and shipping and stuff. So that was nice.
I mean, I'm actually enjoying the tool. I'm trying. What you said. I'm trying to shoot for thrift store prices on items. Like someone went, because for me, that's what the tool is, offering to someone that maybe can't make it to a thrift store or doesn't have a good thrift store in their area, giving them the option to buy stuff at thrift prices. Like that's pretty close to
That's
thrift
a good idea.
prices.
That's a good way to look at it. I don't know if
so when I'm pricing something, that's what goes in my mind is what is a thrift store price per item, and then I'm trying to offer that to the buyer.
I crushed it this weekend thrifting. There was 50% off sale at Goodwill, and I still had. I mean, I barely did any work last week. I was exhausted. I mean, I was so stressed out about going to Kentucky. Like I don't remember what we talked about last week's episode with Mike on. So I don't remember if I started saying this stuff then it'd stop me. But I was so exhausted and I was so stressed out about the money to go there, spending money, spending time with I was excited to meet everyone.
Time with Joe is exhausting.
No, but I meant like just I was nervous. I was nervous about like if I was going to be too annoying because I work and do stuff on my own all day. And what does that mean? Are you pointing at yourself?
I'm the one that's too annoying.
Oh, nah. But I was just
no comment.
When I got home, I was just like I was exhausted. So all week I was beat up too. My feet, my toes are black and blue. I have no idea what's wrong with my feet. My toes are black and
blue. You lose a toe. You don't want to lose a toe.
They're not like
huh? Get the circulation.
No, I think it's from walking, and I think it was from.
You need those copper socks.
So if the steps on my room at the place were not like they were like a 6-foot giant person step down.
They weren't like normal height.
Not at all.
Every time I put my foot down, I go and I'd have to get up 2 or 3 times a night to use the bathroom, and 2 or 3 times So I think I was banging my feet on the ground, and then I pushed myself to go home. Like my legs hurt so bad when I got home on Sunday, and then I did my shipping, and I was doing my shipping, and then by like Wednesday, I was just feeling it, and all of a sudden I looked at my toes are starting to turn black and blue. They're starting to come. No, they don't look as bad as they look better now.
You should show us. Let's see your feet.
Can we see?
No, I was gonna take a picture and send it to you guys, but I just don't want to show I don't want to show my feet.
Do it.
No,
they may or may not end up all over.
You just have to. Yeah, I don't trust you guys.
So we don't have to change the foot sticker. They're still,
Yeah.
Still
Change the sticker to black. It's gray. If you're watching, we need the sticker with black and blue toes.
I'm just worrying about.
They are black and blue.
Oh, they are black and blue.
I'm just worried
Maybe
about
add a little purple in there.
If you have to cut one off, then you only have 4 toes.
Don't say that, Joe. I was nervous. I was instantly nervous. I was like, but they started the color's coming. I mean, it's coming back now. But they were swollen.
That's not good, man.
It was bad.
I'm gonna do my complaint then, because I have my shoulder, man. Sonia, I have a surgically repaired shoulder, and after the trip, my shoulder was shot. Like Sonia's like, she thought she was gonna have to take me for X-rays and stuff. Because
really,
because I already don't have full range of motion in this shoulder and stuff, and it was like I could barely lift my arm to here.
So it's just like, lifting right now. They thought we were like wrestling or something.
No, just a fat guy carrying an IKEA bag with the wrong arm is all it was.
Oh, that's what. So like, Jimmy kept on bringing his stuff up to the room, and it was a steep climb up the stairs there. And then finally, I'm like, Jimmy, just leave your stuff right here. Everyone had all their stuff everywhere, and Jimmy's like, I gotta take my stuff upstairs. I'm like, what do you mean you gotta take your stuff upstairs? Leave it right by the door.
The bottom floor of that Airbnb looked like a dang hoarder's house. Like there was stuff everywhere. Yeah. It was like it was piling up in the corners, and there was. So I was like, I don't want to, like, Tim had his own little store going on right there in the dining area. Like he had a full on eBay store and whatnot store going on, and I was like, I don't want to get in his way. So I just, but you found a nice spot for me, and it worked out.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't.
So do you want to?
Oh, good.
Do you want to try to reserve rooms now? If we do this again at the same place, you tell Kevin what room you want now. Because the 2 steps are, could be hard for you guys.
I did like that room though.
That was a good room.
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, just hang out up there. It got a little warm up there.
Oh yeah, but I brought a fan.
Yeah. Dan came more prepared than any human being could possibly come prepared for that trip. I mean, we talked about it a little bit. He had you thought of it, he had it for sure.
And sometimes double of it. He had 2 toothbrushes.
Yeah.
He gave me a toothbrush case because I forgot mine.
I believe. Sorry.
What else did you have? 2 toothpaste.
I believe they're making T-shirts based on the 2 ofs that he brought in case.
Whatever.
So.
How did we get on that? We were going to talk about because I was going to talk about my other return last week on what was return, whatever we call this segment. A guy opened up a return. He bought it on like June 29th and opened a return on like August 5th, and he sent it back, and it was for a remote control car battery, the 9.6 volt battery,
Right.
So he sent some stupid picture that because at first I was just going to refund him. He said it didn't hold a charge. So I was just going to refund it and just move on with my life. But he sent a picture, and when I tried to squeeze into the picture, it didn't look like my battery. So I was like, all right, I'll just have him ship it back to me. I want to see this battery. He sends it back to me. It wasn't the same battery.
So he swapped you out.
He swapped it out. And I was, oh my God, I was so mad.
Oh, wow. You should have recorded. That's when you pick up the camera and you record, Dan. And
I did.
To the world.
Even if it's okay. Even if it's just for TikTok, you call Jimmy.
Jimmy's a big old TikTok star now.
Hey, I'm up to $50 now on Made on TikTok.
Really?
$50.
Dang.
Nice.
In 5 videos. So basically, now I'm learning some things. Like, so it has to be a minute long video. It has to have over 1,000 qualified views, which means they watched it for over 5 seconds and it was in there for you. It can't be like someone that just clicked on it. You can't actually
search it.
Yeah. So some of my videos didn't qualify for that. So out of the 5, I think only 3 of them qualified so far. So it's only 3 videos that have paid me $50. I'm excited about it. Like,
do you is it like YouTube where do you turn on your old videos to monetize them?
You could reuse them. The problem
that was
is
my next thing. I'm like, do you have them and you can repost them?
Yeah, except none of my old ones are over a minute. maybe I should try combining two to make a minute video. But up until now, I didn't do minute videos. And so that's one of the big things is it has to be over a minute long. But yeah, so one of the videos hit for 40,000 views. Well, that's like $40 something of it right there.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that's about how many views we have on our podcast. About 40,000.
Yeah,
total for 42 episodes. I think maybe by the time this comes out tomorrow, we might have 400 subscribers.
It's amazing that we're not there.
Maybe someone that's listening right now, 35 minutes in right now. If you're not subscribed, please.
Yeah. Let's face it. If someone's listened 35 minutes in and they're not subscribed,
well, we haven't got to the reselling portion, have we? We have to have we need a reselling topic.
Okay. Well, you did your returns.
Well, I haven't finished I fought the battery one. I took pictures of it and I sent luckily whoever makes the battery, is it New Bright? It's like
New Bright. Yeah. They make the remote controls. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the way they put the stickers on is crazy because none of them match. So I pointed out and sent it to eBay, open up a case on eBay.
Yeah. Open a case for sure.
Oh yeah. And they're like, we'll get back to you. And they probably saw it and read it. And they're like, this guy's an absolute psycho. Cause I was like, look at the right side of this goes up farther on the one I sent them, and then the one they returned to me, it's down on the left, and they probably had no idea what I didn't even understand what I was saying. But they're like, this is
like trying to read a MapQuest map.
It's a MapQuest app. It's an app now.
I'm sorry.
Whatever. But they gave me my money back, and they let this guy keep his money
his money. Yeah.
But that's not even the end of it either.
Oh, here we go.
So I'm looking yesterday or this morning, and I saw where, I saw. I'm like, oh, they haven't done my payout yet. And then I saw my payout was gone. I hit click activity because I had $90 extra I didn't post on my money, and I was like, I don't understand. What? I felt like all that money should have come to me yesterday, but I on the activity. Guess who paid for the shipping to get that stupid battery back? Me. After they because he opened up an item not as described. He had a case open on him. They ruled in my favor, and they still charged me for the stupid shipping label.
Did you call eBay?
You can get that overturned. You can get that overturned.
Oh, really? I might try that then. I was just gonna do cost of business, Joe.
Well, stop doing cost of business if you can avoid it. Because I had to deal with that lens. Remember, I told you the lens, and the guy didn't send the warranty card back.
I don't remember that. I do remember that. I thought I was gonna say I knew.
It was a new
I wanted
lens.
to bring up the point where that guy ripped up those $200 tennis rackets again, just so in case you forgot. You remember me?
They really strings out.
Yeah, remember when he ripped out the strings and sent it back to you, Joe?
Yeah.
That was my favorite return for you.
No, I'm glad. But anyway, so that was that. They went with after they gave him 23 days to send the warranty card back, which I believe he ended up using for his own for his own camera lens. That's what I'm thinking. Because why won't you send it back? But anyway, eBay sided with me, gave me a full refund with it, and without any whatever they call. What did they say at the bottom? With no effect to you or whatever. So anyway, so he ended up, but then he reaches out to me and asks me if I'm sending him the thing back, if I'm sending him the lens back.
Oh.
I said, no.
Why?
I don't know. Now he wants the lens. I said, you sent me the lens back saying it was broke. Why do you want the lens?
Maybe they took the money from him.
Maybe. That's what I'm thinking. And
did you block him? At least block this guy. Can you at least block this guy?
I didn't block him yet. I'm going to do that today.
Jeez. Block him right now. You can block him in the app. Just block him.
I need to go
his message. Block him.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I can block him in the app?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to his message.
In the message.
On his message.
Okay.
But then he can't send you. He won't be able to send you messages or buy from you.
Yeah. Why does Joe want to talk to this guy? He hates him.
I don't know. Maybe they made friends. I don't know.
But the guy
Joe,
said,
ask him if he plays tennis.
No, the guy did say that he was. He's
ask him
old.
if he wears a size 30 Wranglers. You know a guy.
No, he said he's too old to deal with all this. Send him his lens.
Ask him if he listens to Taylor Swift unedited.
Tell him you're gonna relist the lens, put no returns.
Braceless the lens.
Send them the link.
The link.
Yeah. And then send them a link, tell them to buy it. And then charge them double. Or
And Nick, could I put the link to this podcast in there? You think he'll come over? He might be number 400.
Ooh, tell them there's a prize for 400.
Is there a prize for 400?
Is there a prize for 400?
Are you guys giving out a prize?
You're the one that mentioned it.
Maybe a
we
limited
will. We'll give out
hat.
one of them hats that Jimmy has. That's what he gave too.
I can't give away the limited edition hat.
You have 2 hats and you couldn't even get your wife to take one, huh?
Nope. I found a real sucker that would take one.
Oh, good. You charge them?
Nope. They got it for free.
You gave it away?
Yep.
To who are you gonna? Did you sign it?
Guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna go check my mailbox.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
If Joe got that hat, if Jimmy was
back.
a nice guy, Joe, is he really leaving?
He's
Does
going
he
to
have the
check
hat?
the
I swear to God, if he puts a hat on, I'll be mad. Whatever. We have to.
No,
He didn't get it.
It didn't come yet.
Oh man.
Did you sign it?
I did not. It's marked limited 1 of 2.
You know what, Joe? If Jimmy was a nice guy and he wanted all the listeners to like him, he would send that hat to Mike the January House.
Oh,
I don't have his address.
Well, we can provide.
Oh yeah, we can get his address for you.
We can make that happen.
Probably knows it.
Let's scroll it across the bottom.
Just
of the screen
Google
right
January House. It'll come up.
January auction house will come up. You get auction house.
Yeah, wait, we don't know which one's he going by the most.
I gotta get. I think I can reach this one. No,
no one listening to the podcast can see it, and no one that's watching cares about.
if you go watch Full-Time Flippers, if you go watch Full-Time Flippers podcast last week, I'm wearing one.
We need people to watch our podcast, not their podcast.
Hey, we're doing good on views. Hey, with our guests.
Wow. Yeah, we're coming back down to reality.
Thank you, Kevin Commonwealth Picker. Thank you, Carrie American Arbitrage. Thank you, Tim, over the years, and thank you, Mike Deathpile. Yeah, with all those guests, our views are way up. Like our views are doing really good.
Yeah, so we're gonna get punched in the face.
Not hitting the sub button.
That we have to get to. So we're 42 minutes in, and we've talked about a couple of the returns that I've had. That I mean, they've devastated me and my business, but
it's too soon to do the stereo, like the prototypical or whatever 4th quarter talk. Like, it's too soon for that talk.
I tell you what I want to talk about.
Oh, here we go.
No, it's good. I don't remember if we I want to talk about. I don't remember if we talked about it last week, but I was gonna want to know, and I was watching. Well, I listened to Trash Cash before we started, and then I was watching Rod Picking and Punching video. I lived through this last week. I did not feel like doing anything all week. Yeah. So, like, I don't remember if we talked about it last week, but like, what did you guys do? What do you and full-time flippers? They went on vacation. Like when you go out of town, like what do you do to come back to get motivated to actually do some work, man? I did not feel like doing anything, and I mean, I was only gone for a couple days, and I did listings while I was there. Like I did.
I came back motivated as heck. But I came back motivated.
Yeah, you came motivated back to do TikToks and stuff.
Social media. Yeah, no, but I've been
like.
Well, let's.
How about the lame-os like me and Joe? We're not like TikTok famous, and we have under 400 subscribers on our YouTube. Like
you guys have good subs.
I tell you what, all of a sudden I was getting randomly people were commenting on my Dan and Demand channel. I don't know why. I mean, I know why because I'm so great. But...
he paused for a second. I know why.
They're like, oh, one person
changed your voice for that, Dan. You literally went into like professional, like broadcaster voice for that.
Whatever. No, but for like, I had struggled all week to actually do some work. All week.
I had another highway sale, the Route 30 Lincoln Highway byway sale.
Oh, so you're still on vacation?
And I was out there picking, but I'm not joking. When I told you I had to quit early on Thursday because my shoulder felt like it was gonna detach from my body. Like Sonia was like, "Do I need to take you to the urgent care?" I was like, "I don't know yet. Let me take some ibuprofen and try." And the next day was a little bit better, and the next day was. But by Saturday, I was feeling pretty good. I'm still not even 100% with it, but I definitely overdid it. But I came back motivated because I had to. I'm not missing the highway sale that usually does better for me, and I paid off. Like I found some bobbleheads. Ooh. I don't have them here, but there's a bolo. They're from the 60s, and they're called the Kissing bobbleheads, and it's a cheerleader kissing a football player, and it's magnetic. There's some of those sell for $400 for the pair. Really? And I found a pair, and they're in pretty decent shape. I paid $10 for the pair. So
your motivation was to go to another yard sale. I mean, another highway sale.
It was good. It was a good. I found a Nintendo 64 collection. I had to pay up, but it was a whole collection. It was a good weekend. So, it was right up there with what.
So you've been back to listening? Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening like crazy. Sonia helped me. So our dog has been sick. He was kind of sick yesterday. Sonia actually stayed home from work just to try to help me out and watch him. And so she listed all day too. She was listing some jackets and stuff. And then today, I've listed a bunch of, and I've been listing on Shop Commons. I added 3 new listings today to Shop.
You mentioned them. Did you have to say that like so many times in this episode?
Yeah, it's part of the. Yeah, we all know I'm not big on contracts, but it's part of the agreement that I signed. I have to.
So you signed contracts?
Yeah, I mean Kevin got me to sign an agreement, so that's a big deal.
I heard you don't sign them, so
I'm just trying to make us the unofficial, officially sponsor.
Okay. All right. No, I got motivated when I came back because I figured I got to get this stuff listed. And then Rod was texting, and Mike Deathpile Pickard texted me saying about the stuff that they sold from
your draft.
Oh, okay, that's why. I was like, I didn't get a text from either one of them. That's why. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, I gotta get something listed.
They text Jimmy because Jimmy.
I talked to Mike on the phone.
So they talked to both of you guys.
Rod, I've texted a couple times.
Oh,
they didn't text Dan. Oh
no.
Oh.
Hey, you guys constantly tell me that Dan's the star. Everyone loves Dan. Dan. It's all just.
Well, you were Mike. We talked about you and how much he enjoyed hanging out with you. How much he loved him some Dan. So we talked about it.
All right.
You know what? I'm gonna tell him he's gonna call you after listening to this anyway.
Yeah. I'm probably busy, so don't bother, Mike. I got back on the horse on Saturday. Saturday was 50% off at Goodwill. I think did I mention that earlier? I think so, because I was very picky because I barely listed I listed enough to get through the day. Last week I did my shipping, listed get enough to get through the day. I was getting sales every day, so I was happy because I did list while I was gone, it just blew my mind last week how like I unmotivated. I've taken a nap every day, between 1:30 and 2:30. I take a nap now.
How long is the nap?
Like an hour.
Okay.
Like when we get done with this, I'm probably gonna go lay down and take a nap. But I have been up since 2:00 this morning. The last 2 days I'm up by 2:30, 3:00.
What time you go to bed?
9 or 10, and then I get up at 11 to
10
use the
to
bathroom.
2, so 4 hours. So like a 4-hour stretch.
I'm gonna take a
nap.
nap.
You set your alarm, or do you just wake up?
No, I just wake up.
I gotta text J Ride. J Ride.
You're texting him while we're recording the podcast?
I gotta text him right now. I sent him some packages, and one of them hasn't shown up yet, so I gotta send him some tracking. So J Ride Flips was there, and he sent some at the 127 meetup, and he sent some packages home with me to ship to him back to Vegas.
And you can't wait to do that till we're done recording the podcast.
No, I got to do it right now. He just texted me because he said the medium.
I look down here. I thought maybe you popped him in or something.
I could.
No, we're not having a guest this week.
All right, I'll wait.
We're not good enough to have guests every week. You know that, right?
Look, why is my phone blowing up?
He wants his packages.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's obviously concerned about it doesn't make UPS ground, medium mail. UPS ground usually. So I got to send him the tracking for
Joe. How are your sales?
Mine?
Yeah, you started listening.
Mine were decent. I sold a few things from the 127.
Ooh.
But
did you guys use away mode or did you change your handling time?
My wife shipped for me while I was away.
Mine too.
And then so I didn't have
you guys bragging because you have wives.
Did Dodger ship for you, Dave?
No, I changed my handling time. I changed my handling time to 3 days for the first day, and I sold 2 things the first day that needed to be shipped in 2 days for some reason. And one of them I listed the morning I left to go out of town. And because when I finally noticed it was at night, and it was a shirt, and I was like, I could probably talk my brother into how to ship like a shirt. Like this will be easy. But the other thing I listed was a Pokemon the Sorry game. It was a Pokemon version, and I just listed that. And I was gonna tell him like you should watch my video on how to ship a board game.
I have one of them too.
Yeah, mine is like one of my best videos. Joe, is that one of your best videos?
I don't know. I can look it up.
Guys are flexing over board game shipping videos.
And it's probably not the best way to ship.
Oh, let's see if I probably haven't. I don't think I've made $50 on YouTube in 5 years.
And Jimmy's making $50 on TikTok in one weekend. So
yeah, what the hell? Oh, I said a bad word there.
I interrupted. You were talking about your sales. Your sales are good then?
They're okay. I mean,
now they're just okay.
Well, I see. I went. I was going to save this for another longer reselling about.
You're going on another podcast.
We haven't talked anything. We haven't talked any reselling.
But we're 51 minutes in. Do we want to talk this at the end? So anyway,
how long are you going to be talking about this?
You got a good 25 minutes, Joe.
Okay. Well, I ended up.
Hey, you know what? Our podcast shouldn't have a time limit on it.
It doesn't have a time limit, but you got 25 minutes.
We just talk.
Okay. Well, anyway, so the last 5 weeks, I don't know why I lasted 5 weeks, but I haven't been promoting. I've been running sales, doing this, that, and my sales tanked. They're down 45%. So last week I decided to promote.
Yep.
And my sales are back up to where
you're used to them normally.
Where they should. So I waited 5 weeks of not making pretty much any money for that, just to do that, and it didn't pay off at all, because it's still catching up. But I promoted this week, and my sales were good over the weekend. I started promoting on Wednesday, and I ran it. I'm sorry, I did it Tuesday to Friday, and then I ran another promotion Friday through the week till Monday, and I sold some good things.
It's the age old argument of. Not age old, but like the eBay argument about promoting or not promoting. I know
because I hate promoting. I hate it, but I understand that. I don't think if you do it, of course, my sales weren't.
Wait, so did you start promoting again?
I missed that. Last Tuesday after.
And you've been making sales.
Yes.
Just put it in as a cost of business, Joe.
I understand that, but I just hate the fact that that's what you have to do. I think they hold it against you.
Cost of business, Joe.
Because you don't do it. Because I ran.
How much are you promoting? How much did you say that? I was looking at something. I wasn't listening.
Matt, whatever that is, whatever you filled in.
Stop doing the max.
The 10%. 10% has.
That's too much.
Okay, but I was running sales at 10 to 15%, and I wasn't making sale. I wasn't. I was running sales at 10 to 15%, and I wasn't getting any sales from that. I promoted with the max being 10%, and I sold a bunch of things this weekend. I had 16 things going out this weekend.
Really?
So, well, in the 3 days, Friday to Monday,
Oh, that's still good.
Yeah. I haven't had 16 things go out in 5 weeks.
I know. You remember when I first started and I was buying, I'd have like 20 or 30 items go out. And I made no money either. It's not I didn't make any money. It's kind of like running a Whatnot show. I ran it all weekend on eBay.
Sonia, we had a good weekend. We had, I know it feels like I'm bragging.
He's bragging again, Dave.
But it makes it feel like you're bragging when you say, "Oh, it feels like I'm bragging." If you just said it, it wouldn't be bragging.
Fine. We had like 30-some orders going out on Sunday night. We had to pack 30-some orders. She helps me pack.
But you think you're better than me?
That's not, but the thing is, like, when we were packing, I said to her, and like we were miserable. We didn't want to be packing. Like it's Sunday night. We're like, oh, this sucks. I have to pack all these orders. And I was like, remember when we used to say, I can't wait till we're packing 30 something orders after a weekend of sales. Like back when we used to get 5 or 6 sales for the weekend, and now we used to say, man, I can't wait till the day when we're packing 30 something orders after a weekend because we had such a good weekend. And now here we are doing it, and we're both like, this sucks. Anyways, that happened in real life.
I can use 30 sales on a weekend. I wouldn't complain.
I like. I mean, that's why I like clothes. I sit right here and I just pack my clothes. But
like, I sold a entire base of like the toys, the crash test dummies, like crash set, and like it was like this 24 by 17 by 5, and so I had to pack. So I'm packing that, and then I sold a pair of the Red Wing boots that I bought that were new in the package that I bought at 127. I sold a pair of those. I did get like
how much you sell? How much you sell those for? How much?
130, and I paid 30 for the pair, or 30 for one pair, and I got another pair exact same that I paid 30 for. But those were kind of a pain to pack because the box is bigger. So like, you know, and then I sold a life size or adult size Halo Master Chief helmet. Huge thing because it has to fit over your head, especially this head. And so I sold that. That was a pain in the butt to ship too. So like I had some stuff that was just like, I don't.
How much you sell that for?
The Halo helmet I think went for 30. And
what did it fit into? Did it fit into
I had to take box? I had to take a 9x9 by 9 box. And then I had to take another 9x9 by 9 box. No. It didn't fit in that. I tried doing that. I had to take a Walmart medium box. They have the medium size boxes. And the way I reshape it is I tape one side, you know, I have the top, and then I just cut it in half all the way, the entire box in half.
That sounds annoying.
And then I squeeze it together till it fits right around the helmet. So I had to do that. So I had to basically make this crazy Frankenbox for that helmet. It was a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I
don't like doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's why that's why I made that comment to Sonia. Like, remember when we couldn't wait for this, and now I'm having to make all these crap. But you know, whatever. In the end, I used to work.
It beats going to a job and clocking in, right?
Yeah, when I was a mechanic, I did way more difficult stuff than that, and here I am complaining about making a box.
Yeah, my worst thing I did was I sent offers all weekend, but if it was, I have like another you can see right here, Monopoly Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
And I had to reorder some boxes to ship it.
What boxes did you order?
1092 and a 1097, and I don't carry that stuff a lot.
Yeah, me either.
And then my I used to have it all the time. I ordered so many, but like just what I ship now, I don't have a lot of. I'm always talking about how I don't have space. Like I hardly ever use those boxes. So like
because you use mainly USPS Ground Advantage now, right?
No, because that's I sell with my clothes. I use 10 by 13 poly bags that I buy. I use padded flat rate envelope. I use shoebox from the post office, and then I have like my
I do a lot of priority mail.
Yeah, for the most part.
95% of my boxes that go out now are USPS Ground Advantage.
So where do you get them all? Walmart?
I buy some at Walmart. I buy some at Menards, and then I have a eBay. Did I send you that eBay site, Joe? That's in your. It's in your area. Yeah, I order boxes and they get shipped right to my door. So I keep a bunch. I do keep a bunch of boxes that I have to buy, and then obviously I keep the stuff when I order on Amazon or whatever. I keep those boxes too.
But stuff that fits in. So like on Poshmark, which I mean, my Poshmark sales have just been through the I don't know, toilet. They're in the toilet. Is that the right
toilet? Poshmark is? Are you sharing or whatever they say?
I've been I haven't been.
Through the roof or in the toilet?
They're in the toilet. They sell.
I thought for sure Joe was
I did sell 2 things on there yesterday, but so this last week when I came back, Sunday I have a Whatnot show. It's like a Disney Ray Train, and then I do the Foodie Friday like the 30th, the last Friday of the month. But like before we left, the amount of time my plan going into doing that 127 sale was I did a bunch of Whatnot shows, and I was trying to make a bunch of I was trying to sell stuff on there, and I was going to use that to fund my trip to 127. And I just overloaded myself with trying to do too many shows. And when I came back, I was done. after I finished my shows, and I did like 5 shows my last week, and I grossed like $100, I think, between all 5 of them. And I just was like, I need a break. I just want to have some fun if I do a show on there. So I'm doing like a Disney show on Sunday, and then the Foodie Friday. But I'm not doing that many shows. I'm going back to. I don't have time. I'm going back to cross listing more. Like I have a right like this afternoon. I already listed my stuff for today. They're all drafted. I just need to look them over and make them live. I just wanted to. I was listing in the middle. I was listing at like 3:00 this morning, and I was scared to make them live because I was kind of tired. So I want to make sure I didn't screw anything up. So I'll make those live probably when we're done with this, right before my nap. And then I'm going this afternoon. I'm gonna cross list. I need to catch up. I was listing stuff that I imported in June on Vendu. I've like done just totally don't take any time to do that, and that stuff doesn't. That's the work's already done on that stuff. I already have it listed. It takes a couple of clicks of a button to get it listed someplace. So I'm listing it to Whatnot on their marketplace, and see if they start selling stuff on there. I'm gonna do very sporadic shows on there when I have time. But like it was so much more relaxing to get my work done and then like put on a movie or something and not have to worry about like listing stuff for my Whatnot show. Oh, did I get my eBay listings done? And just focus on that. I don't have time. I did last night. I started listing on Depop. I have 3 listings up on there. Just because it's only an extra click to list on there. So I'm gonna start listing on Depop.
You're using all this through what site?
Vendu.
Are you going to be on Vendu's podcast anytime soon?
No, Dave's on there. Like, what day is it? Whatever. I think it's the 15th. I saw. I was watching a video of Dave the other day, and he said he was that day, and I went to go find it, and then I saw. I think it's the 15th. I don't know whatever days. What's today? 13th. Today's the 13th. No, Vendu. No.
Well, I'm not gonna bring up the name of the site because we've already been there. But like,
you're talking about Shop Comments.
I'm not saying it, but because it's just a comparison that I want to do because you talked about Whatnot not doing Whatnots, and I don't do Whatnots because I don't do well on there. That new site is an alternative.
You can say the site. I'm just giving you. Were you not? Are you trying to get?
Or I might have overdid it.
It feels like you've said it enough that you've taken some kind of investment opportunity into that site. You're not telling us.
Well, no,
you sold our souls.
In 2 days, I had $210 in sales.
Yeah, I did the pity buys, and then I see you buy it. You sold other stuff.
Pity buys.
Pity buys.
Dan, I appreciate you buying stuff out of pity. You saw how miserable I am, and you bought stuff from me. No, I was actually practicing the videos, but I wanted to say, like, I am getting what I would get if I ran that stuff on Whatnot, or better. You know, because I said thrift store prices is what's in my mind, but in the same breath, in the same thought, what would I get on Whatnot for this too? Like both of those thoughts are in my head when I'm listing it, and I'm like, this is more than what I would get on Whatnot the way my Whatnot is set up. So I'm like, instead of doing Whatnots, and Whatnots take way more time. Like you spend hours spent working on Whatnot. I literally just take my camera, record a video of the items, and put it on shopcommons.net, and that's it. I just put some Lego minifigures on there. It took me 3 minutes to list it on there. 3 minutes.
Lego minifigures?
They're in the package. Yeah, they're brand new sealed mystery minifigures. So my point is, like, I can spend way less time and get better than what I'm getting on Whatnot. But the trick is finding a lot. You have like it's the way that site is. You got to find like a lot of stuff. You can't just mix a bunch of stuff together like you can on Whatnot. The way it's.
I found a lot of stuff this weekend, and I left it. And I found when I was checking out at Goodwill, there was like a whole. They had them on like a rolling cart thing, but it looked like a box of like Polo Ralph Lauren suspenders.
A little spider floating in front of my face.
But I looked them up. There was like no barcode on them or anything. And I looked them up and I couldn't find. I saw some sold.
You guys see
it? What is it?
It's a spider. Sorry, I'm scared of it. Sorry, I'm listening. It was right in front of my face as I was talking.
But I seen some suspenders they like sold on eBay. But the ones that I was looking at, they just were the ones that sold
were they like true vintage or vintage or anything like that, or were they?
They weren't true vintage, but you could tell they were
older. Yeah.
And
how much were they? Did you say
they were $4 and you get half off, so $2. And I feel like afterwards, I should have just bought them, and then thought about it. But I comped them. I was looking them up. I couldn't find exact what I was looking at, and they were just plain black ones. They weren't like they didn't have any designs on them. The ones I saw sold had like designs, and I couldn't find them. And I was like, I don't want the but I feel like I should have just bought them.
Yeah,
and I've done that in the past. I've bought stuff like that, and
no, you're making
it never works out. It never seemed to be worked. It never works out. So this time, but I feel like I feel like I wasted like an opportunity.
When we were at 127, I came across a huge haul of wrestlers. There was probably 70 wrestlers, but the guy he would not come off of $125 for all the wrestlers. And I wanted to buy them so bad, but like I was like at that, at close to $2 per wrestler, there's a little bit of money there, but not. They were modern figures. There were some belts, and there was probably some decent figures in there, but it'll be in a video that I put out. But I was with Tim, and me and Tim.
What about TikTok? You make a TikTok with it?
I probably will. That's a good idea, actually. No, maybe that'll be my TikTok today. Maybe I'll do that. Thanks for the inspiration, Dan. Because I was like, man,
what would you have paid for? What were you thinking?
I would have liked to have gone them for $1 a piece. So I would have liked to have counted them out and done like $70-$75 for the lot. I did pull the two vintage LJNs out of there. I got King Kong Bundy and Iron Sheik out of there, but he charged me $4 a piece on those. Yeah. So he charged up on those. But even as Tim over the years, I was riding around with him the rest of the day. And I was like, man, I should have bought those wrestlers. But then I was like, I have wrestlers on my eBay store right now that I have listed for like $7 that aren't selling. So I was like, I made the right decision, but man, it was tough.
Yeah.
So my point is like, sometimes it's tough to make that right decision because you feel like you can make some money off it, but the
source the whole time I was in that store, I was just putting stuff back.
Yep.
And just trying to be picky, just trying to be picky. And not buy everything because it's half off. Like I just didn't want. I have stuff to list, but I knew I don't have I don't have enough. I didn't have enough stuff to get me through the whole week, so it was like stupid not to go out and buy stuff. So I only went to 2 stores that day instead of not wasting, but using the whole day to go source. I did 2 stores, came home, and then started taking pictures. Because that's by the end of the week, I was like, I have to get back to work because I didn't make it. I was making sales, but like I'm just piled up with stuff now. I have an overload of stuff. But I bought 3 sport coats, but I'm in the sport coat game now.
Sports coats like
Blazers, Blazers.
Blazers, okay,
yeah. They actually I found them a lot of times. I would look at Blazers all the time. And my local Goodwills, they're like always the chaps or the Calvin Klein, like the ones that aren't really worth much. Like, I
don't. That's a category I know nothing about. So
I know very little, but like the people that I watch, and I see like when you look up and stuff, like I don't mean on the top of my head the brands. Like I don't know anything. I don't know enough about it, but I'll pick up
Are you learning it? Are you in the process of learning it right now?
Well, I'm not like. I mean. I've looked them. I'll look through them and look them up, but most of them don't. I'll find them if I've bought like a cashmere jacket before that I found, but a lot of the ones in my local spots don't have it. But the Salvation Army, after I went to a Goodwill that was down the street from Salvation Army, so I hit up Goodwill at 8:00 in the morning, and they open at 8. So I went through there. There's hardly anyone there for a line there. So I got in there, have the place for myself, and I got in and out of there by 9:00 and then hit Salvation Army, and I was there. They open at 9, so I was in there and free reign of the place basically for the first hour. I was there, and it happened to be half off that day on clothes too. So I was like, oh, win-win. And if you find if you find anything that, because they always have they have a 50% off sale and they have a 25% off sale for a color. That's why I like going there once a week, because there's a chance to help my average buy cost come down, because I'll look for stuff that has those colors. But anyway, if you found a yellow that was supposed to be half off last week for them, it was 75% off on that day. Wow. So I ended up finding a pair of Ultra shoes for 75% off.
Do they have the footprint on the bottom?
If I can reach them.
Huh?
Oh, I got them right here.
Ultras have that footprint, right? Hey,
I don't know if you can't see
that your order arrived today, Dan.
Really?
At 12, while we were recording,
You told me UPS?
Yeah.
No, great. I don't have any room for it.
I was checking J rides and
I don't have any room for it, Jimmy.
Do you have it right now?
Oh. I found this.
That's nice.
Callaway hat.
Dude, that's sweet.
Yeah,
is it vintage?
Is it older? Yeah.
Yeah.
Made in the USA?
I don't. Bangladesh. It's a wool, acrylic wool hat.
It's got the hanging tag, right? It doesn't have a tag.
Huh? No, it doesn't have a tag on it. It's got.
That's nice.
Is that like a leather strap on the back?
Yeah. I don't know if it's real leather.
For those of you listening on your favorite audio platform, he is holding up a sweet Callaway Golf.
Big Bertha on the side.
Big Bertha on. Yeah, that's vintage for sure. Then
I almost left it because I couldn't.
What's it worth?
I think like $30.
Yeah, that's a nice hat, and it's really
right on, man. I want to see it. Put it on.
Well, it's got. I don't know. I thought it was like brand new. I got to clean it out a little bit.
Scared of a little sweat stain?
Good thing I went to hat camp.
Hey, a little bit of a
shout out hat camp again.
Maybe just hit it with some whiteout right there.
I'm gonna do something whiteout. But like inside, it looked kind of. I can't tell if it's color supposed. It doesn't really come through on. It doesn't come through on audio, but you're watching. I can't tell.
A little bit of like.
It almost looks discolored, but I can't tell if it's tan.
It's like an off-white.
Yeah, off-white.
Yeah.
So I'll just put that in the listing. But I was very picky. I was very proud of myself. I'm
proud of you too. And then because you were picky, you were able to shop on my store.
Shop.
Well, that's okay. So, well, yeah, because we're like, Kevin's gonna give us a cease and desist letter. No, but I want stuff to, if I can, not everything I can afford to come to me, but because I like picking stuff myself. But if that's everything that I'm getting that you gave me or that I bought is like it's like a free day of listing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's already here. I don't have to go find it. I'm trying to be ahead of myself. I listed 10 items yesterday. I have 10 items going today. I want, and I don't know how much I'm gonna actually picture today. So tomorrow I'm gonna be back on like trying to get ahead. But I would love to be a day or two ahead of myself so I can like. My plan is to if I
would love that too.
If I listed like 12 things a day, and then but bank 2 of them, and then I could take like Sundays. I basically take off. Like I just do some lists. Like I do listings.
Good idea.
I don't really do anything else. I just do my listings and that's it. So whatever I have pictured on Saturday is what I can list on Sunday. I don't really hardly ever do anything else because I spend the day. It's Daddy Doggy Day with me and Dodger. Okay, that's
Daddy Doggy.
Daddy Doggy Day.
And you got football season coming up, so
well, I do, yeah. And well, I used to take pictures. Like why I used to when I would take my pictures and on Sunday and do that on it wouldn't bother me, but for some reason now like it's like a day I take. I work every day. I do all my stuff, but on Sunday it's just like I walk Dodger, and then when I get done walking him, I just kind of relax and I have the whole day to do my listings. Like that's all I do.
Football with you guys,
huh? But if I do
talk football with you guys.
Well, we can't talk football.
You guys don't want to do fantasy football, so
I don't want to be in charge of running a fantasy football league. I'm a busy guy. You're not going to do it. You won't do it.
Sure, we'll
do it. Whatever.
Why not?
We talk about it later. We're going to talk about it.
I've ran like 10 leagues. I've kicked out.
You're gonna start a fight with our listeners. They're gonna be fighting.
Are we gonna have a leftovers league?
I don't know. Not that's
why not?
What, have a league?
Yeah, I'll run it.
Let's put. Oh, so you guys trap me. You guys entrap me.
Yeah, I do.
I'm doing this on.
You don't want to. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to be in the league. We'll find someone else.
I'll get on the Reseller Information Network League. I don't care.
Oh, I know you will.
Are you already in it?
Now we're gonna have.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm not in
I was
that
in it
league.
last year.
I don't know. I think
they probably dropped you.
What if we asked?
I'm trying to talk reselling. You got to talk fantasy football.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
We're reselling podcast. What are you guys get through your head? We talked any reselling?
We talked a lot of reselling. We talked about returns. We talked about buying in bulk. We talked about selling in bulk. We talked about you having. I think the best thing you talked about is how you used. Like you didn't just buy everything. You used what was the word you were very.
I was picky
and thought about before you just bought everything.
I was trying my best.
He utilized shopcommons.net.
Oh my gosh, how much are you getting paid? And why am I not getting paid for this? I'm gonna start my own district.
There you go.
Like a lot of work. No, I'm joking.
I'm not. I'm thinking about starting one.
Why? Really?
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot of. Have you been listed on the other ones you're joined? I know you don't think that their feelings are going to be hurt. The dibdits out there
sell on theirs. I
know, but you haven't. You haven't listed. You've been on there for almost a year.
Down.
You haven't listed in almost a year. On those.
Has it been around a year?
Well, you've been talking about Shop Commons for an hour and 15 minutes.
I've been listing one a day on Shop Commons every day.
But what about Dibdit?
Dibdit I want for lives, but I can't go live on there because I Android and I'm not in
your fault for picking a stupid phone. No offense to the listeners.
If you have an Android phone, you picked a stupid phone. It's not a smartphone.
Oh yeah, way to get more.
That's a Dan T-shirt right there. Another Dan T-shirt.
Way to get more subs for us, Dan. Insult every Android.
We
were getting close to 400, but Dan made us lose all the.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. What about reseller information at One Stop Shop? I mean, you've listed over there.
Yeah, you're right. I haven't.
So maybe before you start your own, maybe you take a little time to sign up and sell on there.
I got the urge to do it.
Whatever. Anyway, what else was I talking about? I haven't even looked at my list. I feel like because I haven't been on. We've had 3 weeks in a row of guests, and the week before that, I didn't have power. No thanks to you guys.
He took the week off the week before.
So,
and then he went to the 127. There was no power there either. So you brought that with you.
Yeah, he brought the storms down too. They followed right behind.
Talked about it. Yeah, I didn't even talk when I went on my vacation or whatever you call that I went on. I put my Whatnot store on vacation mode. I put my Macari store on vacation mode. I put my Poshmark store on vacation mode. None of you asked me anything about that.
Sorry, I don't think that way because I don't.
And then I have that was just something I have on my list of stuff I wanted to talk about. And the other one's been on there for about a month now. It's a Goodwill line with the lady, this lady. When I was at Salvation Army the other day, I feel bad if he's listening, but I doubt he is. Some crazy guy comes walking in and starts just talking to everyone, just crazy talking. And I knew I was trying to ignore him, but I knew the second I made eye contact with this guy and started smiling, he was going to be my best friend. And he attached to me like glue. And when we got outside, he made me shake his hand. And then when he got done shaking his hand,
what else did you do?
He asked me for money, and I told him I don't have it. I'm like, you picked the wrong guy to make eye contact.
It could have went way south from there. So
he pulled out an eyeglass case, but it wasn't see-through like mine. And when he opened it up, I was like, if there is a knife in there, I swear to God, because I can't run. I have black and blue flat-footed feet like right now. There's no chance. I was wearing my sneakers though. But I couldn't run.
I'm just glad it was his sunglass case that he pulled out because it could have went really bad.
I didn't know what he had in there. And then he asked me for money. He said he works at Domino's. Come up to Domino's. His name was Arthur, I think, or Artie. One of the two. I told him my name was Dan. I told him I'd do a podcast.
So now he's watching the podcast.
Well, he says he's homeless. So I don't know. But he said he was staying with his friend's house. His friend's mom had just passed away.
You guys are best buds. Like you guys opened up to each other.
How long did this interaction go on? Because
too long.
I'm figuring you would have been in full.
We were talking about Albert Einstein at one point. What? He started just talking.
It's eye contact. You can't make eye contact.
Yeah, I learned my lesson.
He was willing to talk politics.
He followed me. Was following me, and then so it was
you?
This
he
hat.
knows where you live now, Dan.
No, he didn't have a car. I don't think he's pointing at a nicer. He's pointing at an F-150 truck. It looked nice. I don't know if that was his truck or what, but this hat I bought at the store, and I accidentally left it behind. And then the cashier, she read it out to me. So I go, oh, thank you. And he's still talking to me. And so I was like, oh, I got to go back inside, make sure I didn't leave anything else. So I went back inside and then put it in my bag. And then when I saw him I thought he left. I walked outside and he was standing against the wall and starts talking to me. And I just walked like I never met him before in my life. And then I was like, oh my God, I got to put this stuff in my car. And he's walking with me. Like, and he's just behind me, but like,
that would have been great if you would have like got in the car, like you got.
Oh, I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. And I was inside. He's asking me for money.
You should put the hat on, like you were a different person. You might not.
Yeah, that'd been smart.
Oh, and got some sunglasses and.
Oh yeah, they did have sunglasses there.
I can't run.
So I still didn't talk about the Goodwill lady. I was in line a few weeks ago at the Goodwill store.
We're a rapid fire with Dan right now, so shout out to everybody that hung out this late. Go ahead.
I gotta get this story in real fast before Jimmy just turns off the thing for me. You know, I've been waiting you know what? I probably shouldn't even tell you this story because I'm gonna end it on a bad note. Then if I tell you this story, this lady, I'm standing in line for the Goodwill, and this lady, she's older lady, she's talking to me, and these other people are walking by. They had a box of donuts.
You yelled at an old lady?
No, but these people asked me if I want. Of all the people, they like, you guys want these donuts? We've been carrying around these donuts. Anyone want the donuts? And I'm the only person who's like, no, I don't want the donuts. She's like, they're just gonna go to waste. No one wants the donuts. And then I'm fine. I don't want donuts. I don't want to take donuts from these people. I don't know who they are. But this older lady, she's like, apparently I must have been me talking to these people. She starts talking to me. And then I was like, she's like, oh, I didn't know there'd be so many people here. So many people in line. There's so many people because the line's crazy. It's half off. That's why.
Half off day, lady.
I make a comment like, yeah, if their prices weren't so high, which is I'm not saying anything bad about it. If they want to charge, they can charge whatever they want. But if they charge a little bit less, I would like skip half off day and go pay full price to just be by myself.
They charge so much because of the donuts, because they got to.
Well, it wasn't the donuts; it was some person just walking around.
So this was a random person that was handing donuts out.
Yeah, like just.
Dan, don't go to yard sales. Dan, don't go to yard sales.
I feel like I should be in this town. I mean, I would love to have random donut delivered to me.
But I don't know, man.
Let me tell you about the life of being a big guy going to yard sales.
What, they give you donuts?
No, well, I wish. No, instead, anytime they have like a food stand or like a kid is selling cookies, they see me walking up and all of a sudden they turn into salesmen and they're like, we got cookies, we got chips.
When Joe and I were garage selling, what do you call it? Yard selling. I dropped them off and I was like, Joe, I'm gonna go down here. And it's when I bought those shoes, Joe. Remember I bought those shoes?
Yeah.
I bought a couple pairs of shoes. And when I was leaving I didn't want to look at them. These kids were outside. They were selling. It looked like I thought it was lemonade. And when Joe and I were driving by, they were selling out gigantic cups of sweet tea. It had to be sweet tea, and I was so mad because I needed sweet tea. I didn't have sweet tea full time.
You wanted one,
huh?
You wanted one.
Yes, I would have bought it.
And then we bought cookies at the church sale, and they were like cookies from. I was so disappointed.
Oh, I bought them because you bought them. I feel like you had a mark that they paid you to get me to buy these stupid cookies.
I might have still check your passenger seat. There's probably one in there.
No, I cleaned it out when I found your sunglasses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just leave stupid cookies in my car.
It was awful. It was like a cookie from like you get like the 12-pack at the bakery at the supermarket. Like I expected like a homemade cookie.
That serves us, but I'll tell you what, it serves us right because I'm sure you bought those cookies for the same reason I bought them. Well, I bought them because of you, But when I walked over there, they had all these cookies to pick from. How much are your cookies? Well, these over here are $1 a piece. These are the ones Joe and I bought, 50 cents a piece. So we bought 2 of the 50-cent ones, and we probably could have spent $1 and got homemade cookies. But you're too cheap to do that, Joe.
Look, hey, I know we did not talk about this in the car, which I forgot. But the other variety of cookies were no bake cookies. Now I don't know if you ever had no bake cookies. They suck.
Sonia makes no bake cookies for Christmas.
Yeah,
I don't like them. Joe? You like them?
Yeah, I'm sure we have plenty of listeners.
Sonia watches, so I can't say.
I'm sure our 400 subscriber would have been watching no bake.
Text me your answer. I already know what it is.
Do they have like oatmeal in them and stuff?
Yeah, most of the time.
It was. I don't know. Well, I'm sorry.
Be careful what you buy at yourself. I'm gonna. Go ahead, sorry.
No. I was gonna say. So I think Jimmy's offended us, offended the listener viewers by talking about shop commons nonstop. Joe's talking about people's baking habits. I feel like I'm the only one that didn't do anything.
It's not baking. There's no bake.
Yeah, it's no bake.
Right. So I'm not offending anybody. They put them in a pile and put them in a bag.
Okay.
I won't talk about the hot dog I bought at the Highway 30 sale.
You bought a hot dog at a highway sale?
I bought a coney at a highway sale.
Oh, coney? That's with chili, right?
Yeah, it was like more like.
Why would you do that?
I don't know, because let me tell you, I had to pay the mechanic shop to let me use their bathroom after that.
Good God.
I was like, please, I'll give you $5. Just let me in your damn. And so I paid because of the stomach ache that hot dog.
What? Yeah. Oh my God. Why would you buy a coney hot dog on a highway?
I don't know. It was a mistake.
Did you put onions on it?
I didn't, and it was like a gray hot dog.
Oh, sitting in hot dog water. So it's safe to say it wasn't good.
It was not good. I don't think I finished it, and I paid for it.
You just ruined episode 43.
This has been episode 43. Don't buy yard sale hot dogs, folks. We'll see you next time on the Reseller Leftovers podcast.